Established in March 2000, Al-Mahar is set within a 25 square kilometre reserve that is home to more than 40 species of flora and fauna, including the oryx that is now extinct in the wild. The reserve has introduced some species that were destroyed by the camels that were farmed here.
Probably the first and foremost is that it uses every single conceivable environmentally friendly system that you can find, from 100% water recycling through to solar energy wherever we can use it, right through to the fact that all the chemicals, detergents, even the guest amenities are 100% biodegradable. We run the systems like that. We are trying to limit our impact on the habitat, and this is really a model for anyone on design and design technique. What also makes it special is the first one that's ever been done in the desert. And from both the guest point of view and from the business point of view, the one thing that makes it special is that the guest visiting here supports our business, and their contribution goes into conservation.
Other species that have been reintroduced include the Acacia nilotica, or scented thornbush, and the so-called firebush that has natural built-in pyrotechnics. The oryx, which was released in the desert in 1999, breeds in the reserve, and their numbers have increased so much that Al-Mahar has established feeding stations for them. Now, foxes' holes and rodent homes riddle the sands, while different species of gazelles laze amid the dunes under the winter sun. Two of the species that roam free in Al-Mahar include the shy sandy brown Dorcas gazelle and the skittish Reen gazelle. Al-Mahar, named after the rare Arabian oryx it protects, is a 45-minute drive into the desert outskirts of cosmopolitan Dubai, the bustling trade and tourism hub of the oil-rich United Arab Emirates. A low-voltage fence surrounds the reserve to prevent camels, animals that are not indigenous to this area, from straying in and the protected species from wandering out, ensuring that Al-Mahar's guests can enjoy a natural habitat while lolling in their own luxurious environment. And while indulging themselves in five-star luxury and the beauty of nature, guests at Al-Mahar Resort can relax in the knowledge that they are also nurturing the environment. Coming up next, the world's biggest yacht. The Vosper Thornycroft Yard in Southampton is famous for building naval ships. Now, alongside the frigates and minesweepers, a giant sailing yacht has gradually taken shape. Construction of the world's largest motor yacht is rumoured to have cost a whopping £33 million. Not least because she's made from a revolutionary new composite material that is lighter but as strong as steel.
It gives a lighter structure for an equivalent strength. It gives a built-in acoustical and thermal advantage because you're creating a sandwich of materials rather than a thin skin like alloy or steel is.
The last word in luxury sailing is called the Mirabella 5, and it's the brainchild of British designer Ron Holland, weighing in at 765 tonnes. Under sail, it will be the biggest and most powerful yachting machine ever designed, although probably not for long, as rival designers say there's no technical limitation to the size that pleasure yachts could reach. This drawing of the dreamboat gives some idea of the Mirabella 5's dimensions. The world's biggest sloop has a hull big enough, wide enough and deep enough to take several London buses. On completion of the 75-metre hull, the yacht will be fitted with a mast more than 90 metres high.
The design is outstanding. Its size is going to allow for much greater speed, because on a big boat like this, it's its length that determines its speed. And the way the keel is designed, the bottom is designed, this boat will perform very well upwind as well, which is something most big boats don't do.
The Mirabella 5 boasts 6 staterooms, king-size bedrooms, ensuite bathrooms, satellite TV, a cinema, gym and sauna all included, and all serviced by a permanent 12-member crew.
We're going to achieve a launch at the end of November. Shortly after that, the vessel will go to Portsmouth and we will step the mast which means fitting a 90-metre tall mast, a huge structure that we're building at another of our shipyards, and people will then see for themselves the true size of this ship.
The ultimate sailing machine may be built for speed, but the yacht is designed mainly for the super-rich to cruise the Caribbean and the Mediterranean. The Mirabella 5 will be hired out for charters. Not surprisingly, when it comes to hiring out a vessel with sailing and rigging proportions never before considered, a working jib of nearly 9,000 feet and a staysail of nearly 3,500 feet, only those with the deepest of pockets need apply. But owner Joe Vittoria is confident of finding plenty of recession-proof billionaires willing and able to find the charter fee of $250,000 a week.
There are 490-odd billionaires in dollars in the world, and I only need 20 of them to get my 20 weeks charter. Many of them will even charter it for more than 1 week. But forget the billionaires, there are a lot of people out there that have the kind of money that's necessary to have a holiday that's going to cost maybe $500,000 by the time it's over.
If the real thing is a little rich for your blood, how about a 2.75-metre-long replica of the Titanic, made entirely from the finest Belgian chocolate? More than 90 years after the luxury liner sank, it resurfaced in Germany. Berlin's traditional chocolate makers, Fassbender and Rausch, known for their extravagant creations, built the ship at a scale of 1 to 100. When the chocolate version of the ill-fated ship was unveiled in Berlin, it was clear the confectioners had considered every single detail: the anchor, the chimneys, and every single one of the ship's portholes. We are known to make buildings out of chocolate, and so far we've always created buildings in Berlin, like the Brandenburg Gate, the Reichstag, or the Church of Remembrance. One day there was a magazine here with pictures and a blueprint of the Titanic, so we asked ourselves whether it would be possible to reconstruct this gigantic ship on a 1 to 100 scale. It took about 1 year, but we succeeded. To build the ship, it took a lot of time, great instinct, and lashings of chocolate. And of course, Rausch and his confectioners didn't even forget the rescue boats. We started dealing with the ship's structure and realized that we had to make the ship's bottom 2.75 meters out of solid chocolate. We then added the top, made special molds, and filled those with chocolate. At the end, we had about 1,200 single pieces, which then had to be connected, all stuck together with chocolate. The detail on the ship is completely to scale, even down to the ship's propellers, which look metallic, but were made of chocolate and then coated with golden food colouring. Alongside the Titanic, there are enough spectacular items on display in the shop to satisfy even the most voracious chocoholic appetite. Most of them are famous symbols of the German capital, Berlin, such as the Reichstag and a 1.5 metre tall chocolate replica of the Brandenburg Gate. And whether it's chocolate or couture that turns you on, I hope we've satisfied your desire. At least until next time, when we'll be pampering you on the poop deck of the Queen Mary II and catching up with the legendary Armani. Before a luxury stopover at Rodeo Drive and ending up at London's most decadent hotel.
3,